Hi. I just wondered, you have talked about having cash on hand, but you didn't give a specific amount. So I was wondering how much
Well, I
cash we
didn't
should
give
have
a
on hand.
specific amount because I didn't want to say something like you should have $50,000 on hand and panic everybody. So I don't give an amount because for that reason. I don't know. I don't know that there is a number. I would say whatever it is, everybody is in a different situation. And even if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you should try to squirrel away a little bit, maybe end up with $800 or $900. But that $800 or $900 could buy you some very expensive gasoline to get somebody in your family to the emergency room, and you ought to have it. If there's a situation where the bank shut down for time and credit cards aren't working, which is very very possible if things get bad. So so you should have something. Whatever. Listen, I know people that have way too much, and I know some people that don't have any. But there's got to be something that everybody can do. I don't think there's a magic number. The goal is to stay out of the chaos. If something were to happen dramatic, there's going to be chaos on the streets. I don't want to go out there on the streets only because I have no choice. I have to, I've got to get something. I've got to buy something. I've got to try to get to an ATM, or I got to try to get to a place where I can get cash if they have designated areas where you can go, and you're going to have to go with your tent and pitch a tent, wait in line till you get your turn. I would just say whatever it is, the more you have at home, food included, along with cash, the better off you're going to be. If chaos ensues, it's going to keep you out of it, and that's a good thing.
Okay. And then one other question. If the government's going to be in our bank accounts, do you suggest us taking our money out of the bank?
Well, there's no place to put it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to pay bills, and you got to have,
Yeah.
I don't think we can be wasting 3 hours every day standing in lines for money orders. I mean, I think it's going to
Yeah.
be very, it's a very difficult thing to say. Trust me, I would be the first one out of a bank today under the conditions we're in today if I could. It is unrealistic to believe that we can just move out. I just don't think that's going to be a possibility. So I say that we leave well enough alone until we have no choice. Remember the if we have this intrusion into what we say are banking accounts, if we have that intrusion and this current government creates that environment for that, it isn't going to be bank accounts. People will use that term. It isn't going to be bank accounts. It's going to be financial transactions. There's a big difference. A financial transaction is a money order. It's a credit card, a use of a credit card. It is far greater. It's going to be far more overreaching than just our bank accounts. So, I've heard somebody say to me, I could care less. I'll just live off my credit cards. How are you going to pay it off? I'm going to pay it off every month. No. With what means? Well, I'm going to get a money order. Okay. That's a financial transaction. Whoever you get the money order is going to report it. IRS may want to know, why did you do that? What was that money order for? What was it used for? It's not, there is not, we're not going back to a cash society. We're moving away from that right now. Me personally, I haven't lived in a cash society in 15 years, maybe 20. If I have to buy a pack of gum, I got to use a credit card. I don't have anything in my wallet. I haven't for years. I really despise that. It's just, It's just not something I do. So we're not going. I've been living in a cashless world for a very long time. I only have one credit card or debit card, and I either pay it off or it is a debit card. I never use it as a debit card if I can. I never will use it even if I can. I'll go somewhere else. But I only use it as a credit card because it's so much safer. So I only have one, but I do everything with it. So it is, it's really it's a question that I can't answer or nobody else can either. Because we're not going to go back to a cashless society. For one, it's going to be too dangerous. It's going to be too cumbersome. And you can't go to cash unless you can get the cash. And to get the cash, it's a financial transaction. You can begin to hoard all your cash in a safe right now. And the number one crime in the country will be home robberies. So, and they will get worse and worse and more violent if everybody is going that route. So it's a difficult situation. We're going to have to see how it all shakes out.
Hey, remember to click the subscribe button right here on the screen. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new content is added. And more importantly than anything, you don't want to miss all 3 live hours of Financial Issues every day from 9 to noon. And you can watch it on FISM.tv. That's FISM.tv.